Hi, I'm Kathy, and 89% of you have more healthy brain tissue in your head than I do. Um, that's why the weird channel name of MS in the 11th percentile. I want to talk about today some of the things that I've done right. You're lucky, I only have a short time to do this, and there isn't a long list anyway. So the things I did right at the beginning were being dogged in pursuing my diagnosis. I knew something was wrong, and I wasn't going to be told I was crazy or lazy or that nothing was wrong. So keep after your neurologist. You know your body. You know something is wrong. You know it's not all in your head. It kind of is if it's MS because it's where things are being destroyed, but obviously you're not imagining it. So I did self-educate eventually. By about 6 or 8 years into the illness, when the DMTs were coming out, I was starting to learn more about the disease mechanism, which made me curious to learn more and more about the disease mechanism. I have attended like a 12-week seminar on MS. I have gone to lots of the education programs that are given now. I have attended, finally, at my doctor's request, physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy. Physical helps obviously with movement, balance, coordination. Occupational therapy helps with fine motor skills. I'll show you something real interesting. Like if I try to show you a half an inch between my fingers, that's called an action tremor, and it's obviously really bad in this hand. But like if I try to show you what a quarter inch, that's completely involuntary. I may never get that back. Imagine trying to thread a needle. It's just not possible. But I worked with occupational therapy, and I can now do more things with my hands. I've taken up, I used to play guitar, I've taken up ukulele now because it just seems a little easier for someone who's kind of not thinking completely well, has trouble learning new things anyway. It's a little bit like guitar, and it's small. And it doesn't matter if I sound bad because I'm just doing it around the house. But let's see. So I finally just started following my doctor's advice. I started dieting. And by dieting, I mean I changed my entire way of eating. This is not a diet. This is a lifestyle change. I have lost 67 pounds. That is not for any congratulations that I say that. It's for proof. It's for proof that it can be done. You would not have recognized me from 6 months ago. I wish I had my before picture I could hold up. I'll do that in a future video. The reason I'm dressed like I am is I'm on my way to exercise boot camp, which is what I call it. We do crazy things like drag 25-pound weights with giant, tug-of-war ropes across, 40-foot rooms. It's military style. It's crazy. The trainer's awesome. But I never thought I would be doing anything like that. The other thing that happened because I started eating right and I started actually doing some real exercise is my fatigue vanished. Now this is a miracle as far as my doctor and I are concerned. If you didn't know, doctor, isn't that a miracle, right? Okay. So that used to be my chief complaint. That's the reason I left my job. That and pseudobulbar affect, which I will describe like in a whole separate video because I think that's a really weird and interesting and somewhat rare effect of multiple sclerosis that can be devastating for trying to live a normal life. So I'll talk about that next, I think. But eat right. Whole foods, eliminate sugar, eliminate empty calories like pasta, potatoes, bread, anything made with white flour, white rice. Get rid of all of that. I eat no grain-based foods. That's just a personal choice. But I don't think fat is your foe. Fat is what makes you feel satisfied. It's what helps you absorb vitamins better. Healthy fats are better, and you can find lots of lists of healthy fats. Don't buy the canola oil business. We're talking olive oil. We're talking butter. We're talking avocado oil, walnuts. We're talking lots of fatty foods that have the right kinds of fats that actually help power our bodies. So, in terms of things I've done right, I think obviously marrying a great guy, but that's not something everyone can snap their fingers and have happen. But I want to encourage you, and I want to be living proof that MS can get better. 6 months ago, I was miserable and complacent and had given up almost everything I loved, like playing guitar and going out because of the symptoms that I was having. And when I finally started following my doctor's advice and also seeing an MS specialist is also extremely important if you have MS. I realize some people live rurally and don't have ready access to an MS specialist, but honestly, if you want to come to Columbus to see an MS specialist, I will let you stay in my house. You can make your appointment at Ohio Health with the fabulous doctors there, and I will get nothing at all for letting you stay at my house and helping you get around the hospital, the airport, all that kind of stuff. I know Columbus really well. It's so important to me that you see an MS specialist, especially if you've never seen one before, that I will do that for nothing. I will do that solely because I care that you're living your best life with multiple sclerosis. On that note, I do have to run, so you're luckily getting a short video today. And I will see you again, maybe to do my video about pseudobulbar affect, because I think it's very fascinating, and I also know that it's miserable to live with. So I'm off to exercise, and in the meantime, I hope you are choosing to live your best life with multiple sclerosis. I'm Kathy. You have 89% more brain in your head than I do, and I'll see you next time.